Hey guys, I'm Ovio Jr. and I'm proud to present you my first highlights video for this year's Grotti F1 2017 World Championship. Round 1 was held at Zan-Cudo last Monday. You see the race information right here. We had 40 laps to go, which equals 158.4 kilometers. The lap record from last season was a 1 minute 29.669 by Arkenlol, and the track length is 3.96 kilometers. The qualifying turned out to be very interesting, with O'Darn number 33 in P1 for Progen Racing, so great job by him, fighting the pressure and taking that first pole position of the season. Second place goes to my teammate Zenbo, and I managed to go into third position. So good qualifying for Scuderia Grotti. Now we'll see how the race turns out. Here we are at the race, myself in the bottom, fab.ICEMAN in the top corner, and we're about to start the race. Lights off, away we go. Good start here by myself, but I want to avoid O'Darn going over the curb, but that was a mistake. ICEMAN shooting past everybody from 5th position into 2nd right off the start, so great job by benefactor driver fab.ICEMAN there. I'm behind Super Stepper now, my teammate Zenbo in 3rd position, and I am in 5th. Followed by Serenial, who is driving for Fly US and is already pressuring me quite much here. Oh, almost took me out there with that little rear touch. But watch fab.ICEMAN in the top corner. Something very bad is about to happen there. Small contact with Zenbo. ICEMAN flies off to that small contact. Everybody needs to get used to those new cars. You need to be really careful with touching the rear because things like this can happen for you. So very unlucky for my teammates Zenbo and fab.ICEMAN. They are both down into the last positions straight off the bat. But it was good for me because I am now into 3rd position, following O'Darn, who managed to keep his pole position and is now in 1st position, followed by benefactor driver Super Stepper and Ovivo Jr. myself in 3rd position. Right behind me is Serenial, and she was really pushing me in the first lap, but after going into the 2nd lap I had the chance to pull away from her and focus on catching Super Stepper and O'Darn. And here we are into lap 7. Lap 7 I managed to get into my rhythm, kind of felt the car a bit better, wasn't as nervous as at the start of the race. I gotta say, these Grotti F1 events always give you quite a hard time. You really feel the pressure, you want to perform well, so much attention to these events, and as a host you also don't want to be in the back in your own event. So I was very happy being in 3rd position here and getting into the groove, catching up to Super Stepper and O'Darn, who were battling it out at the start. Darn was definitely feeling the pressure from Super Stepper, who was slightly but surely catching him. But then Super Stepper slowed down just a slight bit after these few starting laps. Or maybe he didn't slow down, but Darn and myself picked up our pace. And I am now right behind Super Stepper in this downhill section, but there definitely is no way to get past me here. So I knew I just had to stick to his rear bumper into the main straight and try to get a good run there down to turn 1. So we'll see how that went. Going into the last turn, go a bit wider here, stick to the inside, take that bump there, and then now comes a really important part here. You want to stick to the left side because all these little small bumps give you a really good boost, and then you want to take the curb on the left side just here, which I actually didn't, but I still got a really good run. And now I see Super Stepper's in front of me. He doesn't make a move to the inside, so I think, why am I not going to it? And I'm going to the inside, taking the position from Super Stepper into 2nd position. But no, it's not over yet. He's holding his line. Very well done by him there. Side by side, but at the hairpin, I'm having the go, so into 2nd position. A good move. And now I can chase O'Darn, who made a small lead in front of us, about 2 to 3 seconds away from me now, and my goal is now to catch O'Darn right here in front of me.
You've cost me enough time already.
By lap 19, basically not a lot has changed, but you see I am in first position now because O'Darn took his first pit stop. We have different pit stop strategies in this event now. You have to take, on this race, either 2 long pit stops or you have to take 2 short and 1 long pit stop. A long pit stop is a pit stop where you have to respawn, and a short pit stop is a pit stop without respawning. So there are some time differences, but overall both strategies kind of have the same time it will take to take them, but in the end they will come together again. O'Darn took a long pit stop, and that was also my plan, to take 2 long pit stops, and I had to pit stop soon, so I knew I want to push hard now because I saw that O'Darn made a slight mistake here by pitting a bit too early, because he fell back behind Grim Reaper actually, and is now battling with Grim Reaper. So this was my chance to actually push hard, get in some good lap times, and close the gap to O'Darn, or maybe even pass him if he's battling with Grim too much and has troubles passing him. So I'm going into the pits by lap 19, taking my respawn here, and then going out of the pits, hoping that O'Darn would make it, but there he is, so the time gap has remained the same. I am still 2 seconds behind O'Darn, and the fight is on for the next 20 laps. By lap 29, you actually see that Arkenlol is now right at my bumper, because there was a small little incident with Jerry at the top of the hill, where Jerry outbroke himself. I also outbroke myself and hit Jerry and lost about 1 to 1.5 seconds to O'Darn and also to Arkenlol. O'Darn here right in front of me again, still about 2 to 3 seconds, but now Arkenlol is right at my bumper, and I know I will have a hard time to defend this for the next 11 laps, but I'm trying my best. There I just went into the dirt a slight bit, lost a bit of momentum here. Arken is now right behind me. I'll decide to block the inside, go back to the outside now, and Arken gets a tremendous boost there in that section, but I think why not go for a cutback? The cutback works. I'm staying in second position, so that was already very tough on my nerves there. I was really struggling to keep clean lines here when you have Arkenlol pushing you like this right behind you, but for this lap I managed to. And going into those last turns, there's no real place to overtake. You could try it on this last hairpin, but it's not really beneficial to do it. And now going onto the main straight, back into lap 30, I'm taking the boost. And here you see Arkenlol is taking a slightly different line to me. He's going from the left side towards the right. For me personally, I think the left side was a bit better. You see my Scuderia Grotti has a real nice top speed, just slight edge faster than that Dinka engine from Progen. And then going into the first turn up the hill, I should have blocked the inside here. Right now I decided to not do it, and Arken takes the spot. Very clean move. I'm trying to go onto his inside here, but he closed the door on me. I touch him. I have to give him the position, and he's in front of me again. So Arken make the move. I am in third position now with Jenks a few seconds behind me, so that's also gonna be an interesting battle for the end of the race. Jenks right behind me, Arken in front of me, and here we are in lap 35. So Jenks now has catched up to me. I have to admit that I lost a bit of concentration after Arken passed me. You see him in front of me there, but I lost about 2 seconds to him. So I was now under pressure from Jenks, and I was really feeling the 60-minute race. Haven't done a lot of 60-minute races lately. Most of the time we're only doing 30-minute races in SAGTC, so I was feeling my concentration slightly going down, but I was trying to hold on to this position. And Jenks, he had really good speed in this part of the race. He really kept his focus up and had a strong pace, so I had to defend quite hard from him, try to push myself to get better pace again. Down the straight I felt comfortable, so I didn't have to pay too much attention into turn 1, but we'll see what happens next. Going up the first hairpin here into this section, and then just slightly clipping the inside of the turn, and oh my god, at this moment I was done. I was so done. I just respawned quickly, got back on the track, and now actually a different fight was on, because I lost about 6 to 7 seconds to this respawn, maybe even a bit more. And now I had to defend my 4th position, but I still had to do a 1 pit stop. So what will happen? I could even fall behind Grim Reaper, who's about 11 seconds behind me. And I'll tell you now, the long pit stop takes about 11 seconds, so you know how close the fight is. So there you have Grim Reaper's point of view. He's in 5th position right now, going for Ocelot Racing in the green and white car. Really nice livery there. I do enjoy that. And then going down the last turns here in the hill section, I decided I gotta take the pit stop now. If Grim just catches up a bit more, he'll be in front of me after the pits. I'd rather fight it out on the track, keeping him behind me, because overtaking on this track is so difficult. So I go into the pits, do my second respawn for my second pit stop, and you see Grim Reaper, he's going into the last turn, just going around the last turn here. There am I. Ooh, that was close. Grim Reaper right at my bumper. Now it's going to be who has the better run. I came out of the pits, so I should be a bit slower. I managed to close the gap there to Grim Reaper, and now he's behind me. So that was a really tough fight. Very close, but it's not over yet, because we have still 4 laps to go. Because we are on lap 36, so not even 5 laps to go until the end of the race. And you see Grim Reaper, he's in the flow, and I'm a bit distracted still by my crash, and I'm starting to think about my position. I threw away a podium finish, but now I even have to fight Grim Reaper. I could fall back into 5th position, so I have to keep focus, and luckily I managed to do it until the last lap. Here you see Grim Reaper about maybe 1.5 seconds behind me, but definitely not a lot. But I managed to keep him behind me for the last laps, going around the last hairpin here. And here I knew, alright, it's over. I made it. 4th position for this race. In the end, I'm happy with it, seeing the lineup in this event. Also, the qualifying went really well. Take the positives. I overtook Super Stepper. I had a great battle with Arkanlol. In the end, I made 1 mistake. 1 mistake is too much in this event, that's for sure. But at least I got 4th position. Here you have the winner. Oh darn, for Junk Racing Energy. Flawless race by him, no mistake at all. Fastest lap time goes to Arkanlol Progen, a 127.9, incredibly fast. And myself in 4th, with Jenks in 3rd, also for Junk. Very good, and I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, I see you next time for round 2 at Mirror's Edge.